Judge, State of Indiana would call me Chael Roberts.
Witness sworn.
Will you state your name, please?
Michael Roberts.
And Mr. Roberts, I'm gonna ask you just to speak up. The microphone doesn't amplify, so everybody's got to be able to hear you. So use your best outside voice. Fair enough?
Yeah.
Okay. Would you state your name again, please?
Michael Roberts.
That's great. Thank you. Will you spell your last name, please?
Roberts.
And Mr. Roberts, how are you employed?
Through State of Indiana through Westville Correctional Facility.
Is that part of the Department of Corrections for the state of Indiana?
Yes.
And how long have you been employed there?
8 years.
And did you go through any kind of special schooling or training to be a correctional officer?
We went through our normal amount of training and we have our recertification every year to follow with it.
So you go through annual training, as well as the initial training that you went through?
Yes.
What does the annual training consist of?
All our policies that we go over, all our daily what we're going to go through, what we should expect, any new policies that have been brought up, go over, and how we're supposed to conduct ourselves throughout our shifts.
And what shift did you work?
I worked at group, daytime shift, 6 a.m. to 6 p.m.
And what unit within the facility did you work at?
I worked at WCU, which is the segregation unit.
And are you familiar with an individual by the name of Richard Allen?
Yes.
And how do you know Richard Allen?
I was assigned to be companion at the door, to watch him.
He was also housed within the WCU. Is that correct?
Yes.
And so you're familiar with him as an inmate in that unit?
Yes.
And were there times that you were assigned to watch his cell as a suicide companion?
Yes.
And were there certain logs or documentation you filled out while acting as a suicide companion?
Yes. We were supposed to log everything he said and did throughout our watch.
And did you do that?
Yes.
And did you note those things that he said and did in real time?
Yes.
Meaning you did it as he was doing those things?
Yes, I wrote it down as he did it.
And so would your reports accurately reflect what Mr. Allen was doing and saying during the times you would monitor him?
Yes.
I want to show you what's been marked as State's Exhibit 295. Are you familiar with this packet of documents?
Yes.
And what are those documents?
Our logs of everything that happened for that day for the shift that he said or did.
And who is the author of those documents?
I am.
And how do you know that?
It has my signature and my handwriting.
And down the right side of the document, are those your initials?
Yes.
And down the left side of the document, are those the date and times you observed Mr. Allen?
Yes.
Judge, the state would move to admit what's been marked as State's Exhibit 295. State's Exhibit 295 offered.
Just 1 second, Your Honor. I'm trying to get organized here. Is this my copy, Nick?
Yes.
No objection.
All right. Without objection, 295 is admitted.
Judge, what I'd ask the court to do is to publish.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
That's fine. Yeah. So you just want the jury to follow along as you go?
Just follow yes, Judge, thank you.
Okay.
That's a way better way to phrase it than what I did.
Everybody has a copy. You may proceed.
Thank you, Judge. Mr. Roberts, I'm gonna draw your attention to the Suicide Companion Watch report from April 7th, and I'm gonna draw your attention to 12:45 p.m. Can you tell the jury what Mr. Allen said on that date and time?
Dear Lord, forgive me for molesting Abby, Libby, and Chris.
Then I want to direct your attention to 1 p.m. What did Mr. Allen say?
Dear God, dear God, forgive me for molesting Abby, Libby, Kevin, and Chris.
And then direct your attention to 1:45 p.m. What did Mr. Allen say?
I want to confess. I know a lot more.
I now want to draw your attention to the next page, April 13th, and I want.
What more do I got to do?
I'm gonna draw your attention to Suicide Companion Watch report from April 23rd, the next sheet, and draw your attention to it's actually the third sheet. Draw your attention to 2 p.m. that day. What did Mr. Allen say?
I killed Abby and Libby. My wife wasn't involved. I would like to confess.
I want to draw your attention to the next page, on April 26th of 2023, and I want to draw your attention to 5:06 p.m. What did Mr. Allen say?
Can I talk? Can you listen? I killed Abby and Libby.
What about at 5:15 on that same day?
How do I prove that I'm sane? How do I prove that I'm insane?
And draw your attention, lastly, to June 18th, the next page, and draw your attention to 3:30 on that day. What did Mr. Allen say?
Why are you doing this? Do you know God? Do you know why I'm here? I killed Abby and Libby.
Then finally, on June 21st, the last sheet in that packet, gonna draw your attention to 3:15. What did Mr. Allen say?
Do I make you mad? Have I told you about my wife? I killed Abby and Libby. Should I lay down?
And again, are you documenting these things in real time as Mr. Allen stating them?
Yes.
And did you observe, or were you assigned to the WCU the entire time that Mr. Allen was housed in that facility?
He came to the facility a day before my shift started, so he was there a day and then, after that, my shifts were involved with him and watching him.
And were you asked to watch him on a consistent basis?
Yes.
Any idea how many hours that you spent as a suicide companion for Mr. Allen?
I couldn't count off the top of my head, but it was a lot.
When he first arrived at the facility back up, when you first started observing Mr. Allen, what was his behavior like?
When he first came in, he was normal, coherent, talkative, maybe a little scared, 'cause you're scared when you come to prison the first time, but just like a normal person being locked up.
At some point, did his behavior change?
After about a month and a half, 2 months, 3 months, he started changing his behavior, acting abnormal, changing himself, making it seem like he was not there, he couldn't hear you, couldn't talk. He was acting up.
During your experience with the Department of Corrections, did you ever have any TR aiming to identify an inmate who's suffering from a mental health issue?
Yes.
Tell me about that.
We go through RHU training, which is restricted housing unit, and then we also go through how to recognize certain signs that someone has a mental disorder, about if they can be dangerous one day and nice the next, but we're taught how to handle it, we're taught how to recognize it, and how to report it.
And do learning those signs help you keep the inmates safe?
Yes.
When Mr. Allen's behavior changed, did you notice any of those signs that you were taught to recognize?
Yes.
What signs did you see?
He began doing more and more outrageous things to make you look at him, to make you gasp, make him get the attention to himself. So if he would try to act up, he would wait for you to watch him, watch what he's doing, and then, I don't know what he got out of it, but he would act up when we're watching. He wouldn't act up when we're not watching.
And so for your training and experience, was that an indication that he was suffering from a mental health issue?
It more so pointed to that he was more acting up, instead of actually having something.
Do you recall Mr. Allen visiting with the chaplain at times?
The chaplain would come and talk to him, he would try to talk to him. A lot of times, he ignored him, but the chaplain would talk and, a lot of times, he would want to talk about getting a Bible or...
I'd object to hearsay.
Sustained.
So you do recall there were times that Mr. Allen would speak to the chaplain?
Yes.
During those times he would speak with the chaplain, what would Mr.
It depends on the day, but a lot of times, he would talk about his family. A lot of times, I tend to not listen to what they are saying, just to keep it more private, 'cause it's religious, but from what I did hear or understood, he was talking about his family, about what he wanted, how his day was, just seeing if he's in a good mood or not.
Did he ever make a statement, did Richard Allen ever make a statement of the chaplain that, I can't choose God over family?
If he said it, it wasn't in front of me.
Okay. And is Richard Allen here in the courtroom today?
Yes.
Can you tell the court what he's wearing?
Glasses on his head, striped shirt, gray pants, black shoes.
Let the record so reflect.
The record will so reflect.
I don't have any other questions, Judge. Thank you.
Mr. Razi.
So one of the repeated themes that you observed was that Mr. Allen's primary concern was for his family?
A lot of times, he would mention his family, but then, a lot of times, he would mention other things, other people, and then he would just mention things that didn't make sense.
Well, he definitely was concerned about his family, his wife.
Yes.
You also gave a statement too, or you gave a statement to officers back on August 8th, 2023, at the prison?
Say that again.
You gave a statement. You interviewed with some officers back on August 8th, 2023, at the prison?
Yes.
And they asked you, spent quite a bit of time with you, asking you questions about all this?
Yes.
You've been at the DOC for 6 years?
At the time, it was 6 years, yes.
Okay, and you worked on the WCU unit, the max security unit, for how many?
Since COVID, like a year before COVID, so 5 or 6 years, give or take.
And you were assigned to a pod right before Rick arrived?
Yes.
When was that?
When I was assigned to a pod? I don't know the exact date.
Any idea?
2020, I started a pod.
Okay.
I was on a pod for a year when he came in.
Okay, so it wasn't right before he arrived, it was a year before?
I've been on a pod, yes.
Alright, your memory's not quite so good today, right?
I mean, I worked in, what do you mean?
If I told you he got there in November of 2022, would that sound about right?
I mean, I don't know dates off the top of my head.
Okay.
A lot of stuff has happened between now and then.
I understand. You said when he got there, he was kind of scared and he wasn't talking to anyone, right?
Yes.
But he didn't have any altercations with staff or anything like that, did he?
No, not at first.
He was fine, wasn't he?
Yes.
Pretty docile, kept to himself?
Quiet, yes.
And then you said that his behavior seemed pretty normal from about January to April, right?
Yes.
And then you said he only acted up when his lawyers came?
Yeah. The first time that I was there when the lawyers came, and the day after is when he started showing signs of everything else.
Okay, so just one time?
More than once.
How many times did his lawyers come when you were there?
When I was there, at least 4 times.
Okay, and who did you see?
What do you mean? His lawyers?
Did you see his lawyers?
Yes.
And who did you see?
The 2 that would always come. Sometimes they would bring interns, sometimes they wouldn't.
Okay, and who were they? Did you ever talk to them or have any interaction with them?
I never talked with them. The only thing I ever talked to him is he asked my name one time, and that was the intern asking me.
Okay, and you said you had some, or you don't have any formal mental health education, do you?
Other than what the state provides for training, that's.
Alright, you haven't gone to college and gotten any kind of degrees in mental health?
Not mental health, no.
Okay, You're just talking about whatever the training is that they give all the officers when you show up?
Just the training and my experience through it.
Okay, do you have any certificates or anything referencing your completion of any training?
Yes.
And where are those?
All in my state profile.
What's the definition of serious mental illness? Do you know? The DOC?
I don't know what their definition is, but I know what my definition is.
Okay, you have your own.
Of what a mental illness is. Yes.
Serious mental illness.
Yes. That's when something's affecting your head and making you act out.
Okay, that's what serious mental illness is.
Yes.
Okay, when you're acting up.
Not just acting, it's actually involved when you have a mental illness.
So when something's affecting your head and making you act up, right?
I mean, you can have something in your brain make you act up. You can just have impulses that do it, but yes.
As far as your log sheets are concerned, you were pretty detailed, weren't you?
Yes.
Keeping logs. In States Exhibit 295, you reported a number of things in these pages that Richard Allen did while he was at the DOC, right?
Yes, sir.
You said that he told you he molested Dawn?
Yes.
Did he tell you who Dawn was?
Nope.
Okay, and he told you he molested Abby, right?
Yes.
Told you he molested Libby?
Yes.
He told you he molested a person named Chris?
Yes.
And he also told you he molested someone named Kevin, didn't he?
Yes.
And at one point, he started smearing feces all over himself, didn't he?
Yes.
He'd do his business in the toilet or in his food tray, and then he'd rub it on the walls.
Yes.
All over his cell he was doing this, wasn't he?
Yes.
And you said he was a pain in the butt, right? Because you had to do more work.
I mean, someone doing that for attention for that is inconveniencing what on top of what we have to do. It's making us do more, yes.
Okay, inmates only do that stuff for retaliation, right? That's what you said?
Not all of them. All of them that have mental issues that they do that and their impulses that do it. Others do it just to get attention cause they know it inconveniences the COs.
Alright, but you distinguished somebody who just rubs it on themselves from somebody who eats it, didn't you?
What do you mean?
You said, well, if somebody's just rubbing it on himself, that's one thing. But if they're eating it, they have a disorder. That's what you told the officers, didn't you?
Not necessarily you have one, but it's definitely different things to rub it on yourself and to eat it.
Alright, those are two different things to you.
Yes.
One of them, the first one, you're pretty used to, right?
Seeing people, yes, rub, yes.
But once somebody starts eating it, then they're in a whole different class of crazy, aren't they?
It takes more internal to do that, yes.
Okay.
Some will do it, some people won't, and that's where they draw the line with it, but if they're gonna take it that far, yes.
You said, so I've dealt with ones that have a disorder where they actually eat their own feces, right?
Yes.
I'm gonna object. It's been asked and answered.
Sustained.
So there's a difference between those two things, right?
Objection, Judge. Asked and answered.
Sustained.
I haven't asked that.
You asked it. He answered that.
If I told you that he was eating his feces, would you change your opinion then about his state of mental health when he was there?
I'd have to observe it. If I didn't observe it, I can't take other people's word for it.
You agree that working in a prison is tough?
Of course it is.
Tough environment, isn't it?
Yes.
You deal with the worst of the worst in there, don't you?
Yes.
On a daily basis?
Yes.
And it's hard to have sympathy for people in a place like that, isn't it?
I mean, it's one thing to have sympathy towards somebody, but to understand them, I can understand why someone would act up first time they're coming in or doing it, but sympathy is having an emotional attachment to somebody, and I try not to get attached to somebody so nothing goes one way or the other.
There were a lot of other inmates in there around Rick, weren't there?
Yes.
About 55 other cells in that pod?
Give or take, yeah. Some of them were empty, some were not. They get.
And they would frequently yell at him, wouldn't they?
Not when he was sitting in his cell, they wouldn't yell out to him.
Okay, well, when he got out of his cell, they would yell at him, wouldn't they?
They'd usually do that to everybody with certain cases, they'll yell at them down the way.
Tell him to kill himself?
Yes.
Call him a baby killer?
Yes.
All the regular stuff, right?
Yes.
That's a normal day in the WCU, isn't it?
Yes, those kind of offenses, yes.
It's a form of entertainment for these other offenders, isn't it?
Objection. Calls for speculation.
Sustained.
Now, the officer specifically asked you about one of these incidents where he smeared feces on himself, didn't they?
Yes.
And you said he had it on his face for about 2 hours, right?
Yes.
And at some point, he realized he didn't like it, right?
Yes.
So he would wipe it off of himself?
Yep.
He wasn't getting a reaction like he wanted?
Yes. I didn't give him any reaction to it, I just
ignored it?
observed it and wrote down what he was doing.
Yeah, didn't call your supervisor to come in and help?
I contacted a supervisor as soon as it happens.
But after 2 hours, somebody showed up, didn't they?
Someone came up right away and then they contacted mental health for her to come, but she was at her home at the time, cause it was the weekend, so it took time for her to come in.
At least 2 hours?
I don't know the exact time, but I contacted my supervisor and I contacted mental, told them to contact mental health.
Okay, but you said he wasn't getting the reaction he wanted, right?
Judge, again, objection. Asked and answered.
I'll move on. So what's the threshold for how long somebody has to sit there with feces on their own face to be crazy? You tell me.
What do you mean?
Well, how long do you have sit there like that before you would believe that that was a genuine action by somebody?
Just that action alone won't determine if I believe they are crazy or not.
Oh, okay. If your grandma did that to herself, would you feel that way?
Depends on the day.
You think she might have something wrong with her?
My grandmother had dementia, so yes.
Yeah, if your brother did something like that to himself, you think.
Judge, I'm gonna object. What's the relevance of this?
Sustained.
I'm drawing an analogy.
Sustained.
He told you in some of the other statements that his grandpa molested him?
Yes.
That he wanted KFC?
Yes.
At one point, he actually asked you to read him his last rites, didn't he?
Yes.
And he had suicidal ideations, didn't he?
He never said outright that he's gonna kill himself. He just said that he wants to die or he doesn't want to be alive anymore.
You also said that he did spend a lot of time walking back and forth in that cell, didn't he?
Yes.
Are those inmates on a pod allowed in-person visits?
Not since.
Are they allowed in-person visits? I'm sorry.
Not since COVID happened, they haven't.
Okay.
They CAN do video visits, but not in-person visits, just because it's segregation.
They don't allow too many people off that unit, do they?
No.
Not even his lawyers?
Lawyers are allowed to visit.
Which is extremely rare, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, lawyers do come to the back and they are in-person visits, but it needs to be monitored.
It's a mental health. A pod is a mental health unit for long-time offenders, isn't it?
Yes.
You remember Richard Allen tapping his head on the wall?
Yes.
Time and time again over the period of a very long period of time?
Yes.
And you talked about how you didn't have any sympathy for him there, did you?
I never said I never had sympathy for him.
Well, you questioned the authenticity of that action, didn't you?
Well, he was hitting his head on the wall. He wasn't slamming his head on the wall. He was just tapping it, and normal tapping is normal for people that don't have anything to do.
But he did it over a really long period of time, didn't he?
Yes.
And at one point, his entire face was black and blue from it, wasn't it?
When signs started showing, that's when I told him to stop it. That's when I informed my supervisors.
That's what he looked like the next day, didn't he?
If you tap your head on a wall for a long time, yes.
His entire face was black and blue.
The entire face wasn't black and blue. It was swollen, but it wasn't black and blue.
And there was a long period of time where he was refusing his meds and his rec and his food and showers, wasn't it?
Yes.
And you were aware that these companions were also watching him?
At first they were watching him, yes.
And these people were violating the rules of their own program, weren't they?
Objection, Judge. Foundational questions?
Yes.
Do you know, did you investigate any time any rules were violated by suicide companions?
That's more so handled by the supervisors, but when I was.
Hold on. Were you part of any investigation into any violations of rules by inmate companions?
No.
Judge, I'm gonna object to the question. It calls for speculation.
I'll rephrase it.
Sustained.
You told the officers that these companions were telling people in general population and all this stuff was spreading like wildfire, didn't you?
Yes.
So they were taking what he was saying in the cell, going back to general population, spreading the word, the good word?
That's how it usually happens.
And you said that in May, June, and July, you used the words, Rick Allen accepted what was happening to him, right?
You have to point to it. Which one?
May I approach?
You may.
Would it help to refresh your recollection? Look at your statement with the officers?
Sure.
Direct your attention to page 32, lines 3 through 7.
3 through 7, you said? Okay.
Can you give me an idea of what his May, June, and July looked like as far as his behavior? Not what he did in the beginning, but it's also more so he's accepted what's happening to him, right?
Judge, I'm gonna object. He's reading it into the record. To help refresh his recollection, that's fine. You need to ask him, eh?
Sustained.
Is that what you said?
Judge, all that did was get around the objection I just made. If he's got a question for him, that's fine, but that's an improper way to impeach a witness.
It is improper impeachment. Do it.
Thank you, Judge.
Correctly if you'd like to do it.
Did you say to those officers in your August 8th interview that Rick Allen had accepted what was happening to him?
Yes.
He came to terms with it, right?
Usually people that go to prison accept it after a while, yes.
He accepted he was in jail for the first time in his 50 years of his life, didn't he?
I'm gonna object, Judge. It calls for speculation, asked and answered.
Sustained on speculation.
He accepted he was thrown into the most secure unit in the state of Indiana?
Objection, Judge, asked and answered.
Sustained.
He didn't. He hasn't answered that.
He answered the question, sir.
He accepted that he'd been completely isolated from society for months and months?
If that's how long he's been locked up, then yes.
He accepted he had to sleep on a metal slab on the floor?
He had a mat that when he was in his cell.
About that big, wasn't it?
That's what the state provides, yes.
He accepted that he had to use the toilet in front of others?
There was nobody else watching him other than the companions.
He accepted that he gets food through a hole in the door?
That's how all inmates in segregation accept their food.
But all those other inmates have been convicted of crimes, haven't they?
Yes.
He gets the privilege of showering 3 times a week.
He was offered showers, yes.
And he accepted that he gets to pace back and forth across his cell for entertainment, right?
That's up to him what he wants to entertain himself with.
And he accepted that, instead of normal clothing, he got to wear a gown, didn't he?
That's usually what happens when you go on suicide watches. You get put in the gown, so it's for your own safety.
So when they when you're on suicide watch, you have less privileges and more restrictions, right?
Yes.
And all this stuff is recorded, all the time that he was in there, wasn't it?
Yes.
Directing your attention to Exhibit 295. Do you have that in your hand, sir?
Yes.
The first page there is your log sheet from April 7th, 2023, right?
Yes.
Let me direct your attention to the 1:15 timestamp. Do you see that, your entry there?
Yes.
So read that to the jury, if you would, please.
Which specific one?
Strike that. What did Richard Allen tell you at 1:15 p.m.? There's THR entries there.
At 1:28, he said to me, I will never again smoke in my life.
Okay, this is in the 1:15 column, right?
Yes.
Okay,
It was between 1:15 and 1:30.
you said he was sitting in a corner?
Yes.
And what's the next thing that you said? Reigning in place?
Ran in place.
Ran in place.
Yes.
Naked?
Yes.
For 5 seconds?
Yes.
I will never again smoke in my life, he said, right?
Yes.
And then, at 1:30, you made some other entries there?
Yes.
What did he say to you at 1:30?
God, I'm sorry for wasting your time.
What else did he say?
I'll never smoke, cheat on my wife again. I'm a Libra.
Turning your attention to the second page, April 13th, 2023, at 8:15 a.m. You see that?
Yes.
So at this point, he's rolling around on the ground?
Like rolling back and forth, yes.
Would you have called mental health at this point, so they could intervene?
No, because he wasn't trying to self-harm. He wasn't making statements, he was just rolling on the ground. He could be entertaining for himself. A lot of them, inmates, do that in their cells.
Okay, that's all there is to doing an 8x12 cell at the WCU, isn't it?
Work out and read.
All right.
That's about it.
And roll around on the floor?
If they choose to do that, then yes.
That's what, you just said that's what they do sometimes.
Yeah.
That's common up there, isn't it?
Rolling on the ground?
Yeah.
Not super common, but a lot of them do weird things in their free time.
Ever seen animals at a zoo do that?
Judge, I'm gonna object to relevance.
Sustained.
8:45 entry on April 13th, drawing your attention to that.
Yes.
See that?
Yes.
He said, I swear I never cheated on a cigarette.
Yes.
Thought I was eating pizza?
Yes.
Officer Clemens sick. You said you had some mental health training, right?
Through the state, yes.
And you've worked in that prison for how many years?
8 years.
Would you agree with me that putting somebody in solitary confinement in a setting like the WCU is detrimental to their mental health?
I object to the form of the question, Judge.
Sustained.
Would you agree? Thank you. Would you agree that putting someone in a cell like that in the Westville Correctional Unit could be detrimental to their mental health?
Detrimental to their mental health? It just depends on how okay they are in their head, or it's mostly for to keep them safe from the outside or the outside safe from them.
Okay, but I'm talking about from a mental health standpoint.
I'm not a mental health professional.
Is there anything about locking somebody up in one of those units for weeks and weeks and weeks and on THS and months on end that's good for them?
Objection, Judge. Asked and answered.
Anything?
Sustained.
No, I haven't asked that.
He said, I'm not a mental health professional.
Well, you've got training, don't you?
I have training, yes, but I'm not a mental health professional.
Is there anything about that environment that makes somebody better?
Judge, I'm gonna object. It's been asked and answered. He gave him answer to the question.
Sustained.
I don't have any other further questions.
Mr. McClelland.
Thank you, Judge. Officer, you testified that an inmate in their cell, they can read and they can exercise. Can they also have an opportunity to go to rec?
Yes.
They also have an opportunity for a Bible. Is that correct?
Yes.
I don't have any other questions, Judge. Thank you.
Mr. Rozzi.
I also saw a note in one of the entries that said he got some crayons every now and then. Do you recognize that?
From mine? Point 2.
Yeah, the mental health providers would come by and give him some crayons.
I don't know the mental health provider, so I don't know what they give them.
Do you remember seeing them around the cell?
Mental health provider?
Yeah.
Yeah, she was around. We would bring him out and they would put him in the little cubicle where she would do her talk with him.
You're talking about him going down to the cage where he had his therapy sessions, right?
It's a cubicle where they would have privacy from anybody that's within earshot of his cell.
Yeah, it's a tiny, little room, isn't it? 3 by 3 maybe.
Objection. Asked and answered. He testified to what it is.
Sustained.
Describe to them what it looks like.
Judge, objection. He just did its asked and answered. He
said it was cubicle. I'm asking him to describe
Overruled.
it in detail.
Overruled.
It's a square room. There's a table where someone can sit in front of each other, and then there's a side part where, if the person has a mental issue, a mental code, they sit in there. That way, they're not attacking whoever they're talking to, mental health.
They talk to the counselor through a grate, the gate, don't they?
Yes.
And that's where Rick Allen sat, isn't it?
Yes.
I have nothing further.
Does anybody on the jury have any questions for Mr. Roberts? Would counsel approach?
Sidebar conference conducted.
Is everything you log on your suicide companion report also video recorded?
I'm okay with it.
I'm okay with that.
Do you know if these recordings are saved?
Okay with that.
Okay with that.
What would happen if someone had feces on them? Would they give them something to help clean up, or would they go to the shower to get clean?
I'm okay with that.
I'm okay with that.
Can I just kind of combine them?
Yeah.
You state that he looked to make sure he was being watched. When would he not be watched if he was on suicide watch?
I'm okay with that. The court, do the cameras in the cells only video record?
I'm okay with that.
I'm okay with that.
I think you should ask it in conjunction with that. The question I would have is it video and audio? So I don't know if you can combine those two, but I think that's what they're asking.
Okay. And then we'll have to take a break.
All right.
Sidebar conference concluded.
Mr. Roberts, is everything you log on your suicide companion watch report video recorded or audio recorded?
I believe it's video recorded and audio recorded. There's a camera in the room, so yes.
Any follow-up, Mr. McClelland?
Do you know if that camera has audio or not?
Asked and answered. He just said, I believe it has audio.
He did.
Sorry, Judge.
Mr. Rozzi,
No.
do you know if these recordings are saved?
Like on a database, yes, but I don't know what happens from it after that.
A daily basis, is that what you said?
Like a database, like a hard
Okay, a database. I'm sorry.
drive.
I didn't understand. Mr. McClelland,
No, Your Honor. Thank you.
No.
Mr. Rozzi. What would someone strike that? What would happen if someone had feces on them? Were they given something to help clean up, or would they go to the shower to get clean?
We usually pull them, we take them to there's a shower that's separate from everywhere, so nobody's watching them or hears them or whatever, but we take them to the separate spot and we have them wash. If they don't wash, we wash with a medical person there. And then we have porters or cleaners that come and clean their cell.
Any follow-up, Mr. McClelland?
No, Your Honor.
Mr. Rozzi.
No, ma'am.
You state that he looked to make sure he was being watched. When would he not be watched if he was on suicide watch?
When I would be looking at my paper, writing my logs. If I would just look the other way for whatever noise is coming down the end of the hallway if somebody was walking in.
Go ahead.
No questions. Thank you.
Mr. Rozzi.
Well, the camera would be on.
Yes.
And there's somebody in a control unit that's watching that camera.
Yes.
So, and you said that you might not be watching him at times because you're doing other things?
If I'm logging, the only times I didn't have my eyes on him is if I was logging it on the paperwork or if there was a noise on the range.
You spend a lot of time drawing anime at the prison?
I mean, I'm known for drawing, yes, doodling.
Anime?
Not just anime.
Okay, other things.
Yes.
You did that while you were working a lot.
I mean, in my free time.
Nothing else.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Roberts. You may step down, and I'll take the exhibit if you don't mind. Thank you. Well, ladies, and this would be an appropriate time for us to take our afternoon recess. While you're outside the courtroom, please keep your minds open. Don't form any opinions or conclusions about anything. You can discuss the evidence, but please, don't deliberate or come to any conclusions. Gentlemen,
All rise.
Jury out at 4:10 p.m.
you may be seated. And would counsel just approach briefly?
Sidebar conference conducted.
I know you had indicated you wanted to get through all the DOC, so we're on the third, so we've got 6 more to go. Are they gonna be as long as him, or as long as Mr. Clemens and Mr. Drang?
I'm expecting them to be a little all about the same.
Okay,
We'll be asking them the same, because there are sheets with each one.
okay, okay,
Inaudible, the Odin group, yes.
okay. So we can theoretically get through all of these people.
That's my hope, but we might have to go a little later tonight.
Okay,
Even if it's just to get them done, so we can.
okay,
Or down south.
that's fine.
I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 left.
Oh, okay.
I think I have 5 left.
You have 5, okay.
I think.
We can get through 5.
We've done 4, the warden was 3.
Right. Okay. So all right.
I have 9 altogether.
You have 9 altogether.
8 correction officers.
I misunderstood that yesterday.
That's fine.
Okay. Very good.
Inaudible.
Yeah, we're done.
Sidebar conference concluded.
All right. Let's take 15 minutes, then. Thank you.
Off record at 4:12 p.m.